1,000 external shaykhs have to be cursing him. This was this was always a system. So if you read the live Tazkiya Awliya, the book that we had talked about before, maybe the guys can put a link in it. These were the example of the lives of pious people, and we are the students of these big awliya, and this was their life. Whatever they did, people were attacking. People loved them, and the other ones whom didn't understand attack them. And this is what leaves in the understanding. That's why we said that the Sharia, if we say like a building for people, the Sharia is just the ground floor. But the people on the ground floor, for some reason they think they're on the roof, because maybe they came from who knows where, what background. Soon as they discovered Sharia, which means law, Divinely law, they understand now beatific Holy Qur'an and the Hadith, this is the ground floor. What happens when you're on the ground floor and you look up? You don't see anything, you see another floor. Your assumption is there is nothing else up there, and therefore anything coming from you don't understand, you say, oh this doesn't even exist in Islam. Because the ignorance blinds the person from thinking they're ignorant. La ilaha anta subhanaka inni kuntu mina dhalimeen. That's why I said, ana abdukal ajisu da'ifu miskinu zalimu jahil. If you don't accept that you're ignorant, how can you ever accept higher knowledges? But when you think, no, I got onto this ground floor, I studied a few books, I know Sharia, you're on the ground floor. Tariqah is a floor above you. So what happens when you go into a building like it's designed with an open terrace? The guy on the tariqah floor, he can talk about your floor and his floor, but you can only talk about the ground floor. So depending upon these scholars taking their commitment to only external knowledge means what? They only learned Sharia. They can tell you the whole chain and all who said it, who said this, who said that, who said this about the cup of wudu. And they repeat the entire isnad, the chain of how it was recited, but this is still the ground floor. Anything they hear that's not from the ground floor doesn't exist for them, which is not correct, because that which you don't see doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Look at the spectrum of light, the light you see is only what you see, but there's a light in which you don't see, and because you don't see it or understand it you should not negate it.